Is this the most magical dining?
Princess Bear, today we're at the Hyatt, one of the Hyatts, because it's time to return to
Fiorenzo.
Yes, it's this magical time of year where they have magical dining all throughout Orlando, where you get to experience some restaurants at like a set prefix price, and that's your number one choice of food and infotainment. We're here to try it out, so you don't have to. Remember, she's vegan. I'm not. I get used to this kind of luxury.
It's time for foodie and chill. I became more excited for this salad than I expected to because they have vegan feta that is not listed on the menu. I am vegans. You guys need to come here. Like, seriously, I wait impatiently for magical dining to be able to come here. I love it here. I'm going to chop up the salad just slightly bit more so I can get like a piece of everything here on the fork. The knife just makes it easier. I'm so excited for this feta. It looks gorgeous. Okay, and then see, I still am having problems. Here we go. That was extremely delicious. I love the feta. I love the nuts. The way they're candied is just beautiful. The tomatoes are chopped perfectly for a salad because Bear always says you need to have your cherry tomatoes. He's right. That's great on here. I love the onion. I love the thin slices of pear. My favorite is literally the feta, though. I could put this feta on everything and anything, and they should make like a vegan feta flatbread or something here. That would be amazing. Like a white pizza, quote unquote, you know? That would be great. But this salad, this is gorgeous. This is definitely vastly improved from the last time that we were here, and I would give it a 5 out of 5 salads. It's delicious. I'm telling you guys, you need to come here. Magical dining. It's the time.
It's not very often. Actually, it is often. As much as we do this, where I come, and I'm jealous of like some of the princesses options because those are things that I would normally order if we weren't trying to get more of the menu. So a pear salad, vegan or not, vegan feta or not, it's something that's like right up my alley. And that's what magical dining is really all about, trying out restaurants that you wouldn't normally go to because they're running these special deals, this prefix menu during the event every year, plus part of the money goes to charity. We can get on board with that. We don't go outside the Disney bubble enough. We need to do that as an example to show you guys there's a lot more to experience in Orlando than just theme parks. I will get off my soapbox and get back to the food. Thin slices of pear in here, big pieces. They didn't skimp at all on the vegan feta. And yes, have the cherry tomatoes. I am happy. I love the way the sweetness of the pear balances out the acidity of the tomatoes, and then the feta gives that extra bit of like the cheesy sour. Now normally it does come with goat cheese, but I could really see where like the goat cheese would sort of like marry into the other flavors. So you can get it vegan or you can get a vegetarian, but all around it's a solid salad, especially with like the earthiness of the nuts in there. It's a very like alt garden salad, and I'm here for it. That's a 4.75 out of 5 stars. If food is to be enjoyed, then this plate is a stage. This looks like you built your own stage of food and they're showing off. This is their beef carpaccio with this thinly sliced beef with a lemon aioli on it. There's also truffle oil. I can feel the flavors floating off the dish. And then you have this fire roasted tomato, little crostinis to pile on, and then all this micro arugula. I will leave the arugula jokes alone for the night.
That's micro cilantro.
Is it cilantro? Probably cilantro. Princess is probably more right than I am. But we're going to go ahead and enjoy it. We're going to pile this sling-sized beef. It literally comes up like butter off of the plate. Get all of the things for a full flavor experience. Anytime I come across beef carpaccio, I'm always in my mind like, is this how beef lovers is this their sushi? If you're like a steak person, is beef carpaccio like, I'd rather have this than sushi. Either way, flavor is wonderful. The lemon aioli balances well with like the smokiness of the bread. The truffle oil actually is not overkill. It's tasty. It's beautiful. The flavor as it relates to beef shine through with extras. You know what? We're all here for it. I would give this a 4.5 out of 5 claws. Not only is this magical dining, it's really showing what each restaurant does well. Apparently beef carpaccio is one of their specialties.
I feel like the chunk here has vastly improved in presentation. The vegan butter is always one of my faves here. When we were trying to decide where to go for dinner tonight, I was wanting a chunk steak. So I was like, oh, Bear, let's go to Amatista because you love it, I love it, and they have chunk there. Well, then I looked at the menu, and if you guys saw the community posts, which we post every day on the community tab, you guys should go look at that. We did mention that when we saw that, the Amatista removed chunk, we decided not to eat there, which is really sad because I love that place. So because I was craving chunk and Amatista no longer had chunk, we came here, even though I still wanted to come here anyway. It was just an excuse to come here sooner. So, not mad at it. Here for the chunk. This is the first place I've ever had chunk. It just falls apart. You don't even really need the steak knife, though the steak knife is nice. Grab some clarified butter with a little bit of these veggies here on the bottom. And I'm just going to go to town. Vegan delight. I don't know if it's because it's been a year since we've been here or if they've improved the butter, but the herbaceous seasoning inside this butter sends this chunk to a whole nother level. I really feel like last time we came, they had the clarified vegan butter, but it didn't have any herbs in it. Now that they've made it herbaceous, it is incredible. Everything about this butter is sexy, beautiful. I'd eat it with the veggies, without the veggies. I would take extras. I would put it on all the things. It is amazing. The chunk is amazing. I actually, even though I have had chunk multiple places, multiple ways, thanks to Universal, I started here, and I think this is probably the best representation of it still, after all those other places. I would give this a 5 out of 5. It is a Princessities item. I really do not see why you shouldn't come here, especially because it's right next to the convention center, the Orange County Convention Center. So if you're doing a work convention or you're just here for a con, like, come here and eat. The food is amazing.
The vegan filet that started it all here at Fiorenzo's, this chunk steak, we had hoped within the last year that somewhere at Disney, one of the resorts probably would have like caught on to like the chunk steak and gotten some form of chunk steak, because we're starting to see them pop up all around Orlando. We saw them here first. Charlie's Steakhouse International Drive also has one. Multiple Universal resorts have one. Disney chefs, we love you. I'm going to need one of you to be brave enough to put this on the menu, because I want to see what you guys can do when you have something like this to work with, because Fiorenzo's is showing up everybody with this compound vegan butter on the vegan steak. I worry when they give the princess a steak knife, not because, she's a danger to me, but a danger to herself. But she's always going to go all in on the chunk steak. So I promise you, the second this pops up at Disney, we will be there. The compound butter is hiding a secret. Though it's herb, the top of this chunk is charred to perfection. You get that same sort of char that you get on like a nice seared non-vegan steak. We've had this steak now at Amatista Islands Dining, and they are nothing like the cook on this one. It is cooked perfectly. You get that savory threads of it in your mouth. The compound butter just sort of elevates it. You are getting a full vegan steak experience here. Better than even like we cooked at home with juicy marble. That's excellent. That's a 5 out of 5 clause. It's on the Very Sexy's list. If you live in this town during magical dining as a vegan and you do not try this, you're probably robbing yourself. And I would prefer that if you're going to get robbed, you get robbed at the theme parks and don't rob yourself. You come experience this while it's here. Last year, I challenged myself and I went like double beef. I am not usually the first choice for beef when it comes to like a restaurant, but I will try it when it's like a restaurant specialty. I don't have anything necessarily against it. So like this year, I'm like, well, I got a steak last year. This year I got salmon, even though I could have added on a 16-ounce steak for $20. So I could have got an 8-ounce salmon fillet and a 20-ounce steak for another $20. That's insane. More food that I could ever eat, but insane that you have that option if you so wish. But you can also get lobster, and I think there was like one other add-on you can get, scallops, standard add-ons. But if you want to enhance your magical dining, you can so do that. But this nice, beautiful piece of salmon, very well cooked, skin on. Ooh, it's a little scritch to it, a little scratch. Excellent. Go ahead and cut right in here. Don't even need the knife. That's how it should be. Nice and flaky. Beautiful veggies in the sauce. Well, this is their Faroe salmon. Apparently, it's one of the most popular items on their entire menu. It sells out most days. So get your reservation in, and if it's still available, I suggest you order it. The flavors, great. Skin-on salmon is always like hard to cook, at least for me at home, because it's very hard to sort of balance out that very briny flavor that's like saved in the skin of the fish with all the other flavors. But this is done very well. You get the sauce coming through, you see the flavors of the veggies, and the skin, it's like fish candy. Like Swedish fish, but not. Italian fish, fish skin, fish potato chips. Somewhere in that line of things, that is delicious. Falls apart in the mouth. The flavors are strong. I don't feel like I'm getting less than at an Italian steakhouse because they ordered fish. And as a bear, that pleases me immensely. I would give this 4.25 out of 5 claws. Nice setting, beautiful plating, beautiful restaurant. I can ask for nothing else.
So, Santa Margherita is one of my favorite wineries, and I usually get the Pinot Grigio, which I probably will get. But this time, I wanted to start with the Rosé, because I don't really get to have this very often unless I'm at the Epcot Italy Pavilion. I just love the tartness of it, and it's not too carbonated tasting, so you get like a little bit of the champagne and a little bit of wine, and it's just this beautiful sweet blend, but not too sweet, just enough. Super light bodied. I would give it a 4 out of 5 Santa Margaritas, but I love everything Santa Margaritas, so maybe I'm a little bit biased.
Since we're branching out of the theme park bubble, I'm branching out on my beverage choices. Usually I would go for old fashions or whiskeys or anything else, but today I am getting the Hendrick's Ultimate Gin Dill. So it's just like a gin beverage with dill floating in it, a little cucumber up there, nice and pretty, and Hendrick's gin. Ooh. I haven't had an old fashioned hit me that hard in a long time. That gin is sharp, but what the dill and cucumber takes off, the bite at the end, makes it a nice sipping beverage. perfect for dinner. I like it. Something I could drink every day, probably not, but for an upscale experience like an Italian steakhouse, it works. 4 out of 5 stars.
Last year I had the most beautiful banana cream pie, and some of you asked me in the comments when we went to Steakhouse 71 the last time, where was the best place to get a banana cream pie since they got rid of it at Steakhouse 71, and I kept saying Fiorenzo's. Well, now I'm wrong because they don't have a vegan banana cream pie anymore. They have a vegan cheesecake. And oh my god, does this cheesecake look super decadent or what? It's like a little trail here. I don't even know where to start. I guess I'm just gonna dig in. There's some cookie down here. Historically, before I was vegan, I never really ate cheesecake, but when I did, I was never really a big fan of it. I don't know. The cream cheese of it, for me, was just not a thing. So I don't know. I'm hoping that I find a vegan cream cheese or cheesecake that I like, because there's like the Deo one, I want to say, that we've had before, and I do not like that one at all. So cheers to Fiorenzo, doing something new and cool and interesting. I will say, this is probably the best vegan cheesecake I've ever had, but only because it doesn't really taste like cheesecake. It's more of like a mousse, like a nice, light, creamy mousse, flavorful, fruity, incredible. Like, still, like, I love it. And I wish they sold this like they do the Dea cream cheeses, because I would eat this. This is sexy. This is delicious. This is thought-provoking. Even the little cookie has like some cinnamon notes to it. So there's like a panna cotta seasonal dish that they have at California Grill at Disney's Contemporary Resort. And like, there's like a cookie at the bottom of that panna cotta that is usually like a soft little, like, I don't know, crunch. This cheesecake is very similar to that, with a cookie on the bottom, but it's got more flavors to it. It's like what you would get at California Grill, but like on fire. So I don't know, Chef Noah, I think you have some competition, because Fiorenzo is really killing it with this cheesecake, and that cracker on the bottom is way better, I gotta say. So 5 out of 5. Princessity's item, surprisingly so too. I was not expecting that. This is delicious. I think we love everything at Fiorenzo. I think me dreaming about coming here every year is just going to be a thing now.
A very berry, no-bake cheesecake. You have this raspberry veil on here, and it's giving me vibes of a plant-based gelée tart that we had in Epcot, Morocco, like 2 years ago, I'm saying. But like all the berries, there's a lemon zest on here, and then like a no-bake cheesecake. So that in and of itself is very interesting. Look at that. Beautiful display. Now I know, for those of you who have been here with us for a while, when I had that gelée tart in Epcot, I made fun of it for being like a window decal consistency, which, while truthful, probably a little bit mean. Not on purpose. This veil on top is more like an elevated fruit roll-up. Literally like melts in your mouth. Goes very well with the texture of the mousse. And then when you combine it with the cookie, you get a nice like crunch texture gradient. But it tastes amazing. I am also not really getting like cheesecake from it. It does like feel like more of a mousse, but I do sort of get like that sour at the end, and the crust sort of reminds me of like what you would get on a cheesecake. Honestly, the execution is excellent. The flavors are great. I got no notes. It's a excellent elevated plant-based dessert worthy of a steakhouse. I would give that 5 out of 5 claws. Even if not on Magical Dining, I'm going to need some of you to come here and experience this, if not all of you. So this beautiful display, this artistic display here is for the 20th anniversary of Magical Dining here in Orlando, which is why you see so many more like expanded menus and expanded options for this year, because it's 20 years of donating both to charity and giving some love to the Orlando restaurants and their unique sort of offerings. So tiramisu it is. You have a nice white chocolate 20th anniversary Magical Dining medallion, the berry, fluffy, chocolatey, beautiful presentation, everything that I think represents Magical Dining. And good. We love a fluffy cloud. I just want to lay on this and pretend like this is where I live now. Or maybe it is. And it's perfectly executed, even if I don't want to eat the chocolate medallion. It's fluffy, it's homey, it's picture perfect to what Fiorenzo's has to offer. I give it 4.5 out of 5 claws. I feel fancy.
This is a new, I want to say, annual event for us. We started it last year and we didn't think we were going to make it a tradition, but we've gotten a safe server every time. And the food is really improved every time that we've come here. So I don't see why we wouldn't come here every year. And like we've been saying all year long, if you want to chunk, you're by Disney or Universal and you just want to go somewhere that's not on property, this is the place. Like, hands down, vegan, non-vegan, everybody in the family is going to have something to eat.
It's a more unique steakhouse than you normally get. Also with the chunk steak is on the menu year-round. So you don't have to just do it in Magical Dining. It is a normal part of their menu if you want to come enjoy and partake of just that. Like I've said for any other thing, you don't have to come here and get a 3-course meal. If you want to come just for the chunk and do that,
do it.
Do it.
Go to the bar and just order drinks, or don't order drinks and just get whatever a la carte. We just do the Magical Dining because it's an opportunity for us to donate to a charity while also being able to do food reviews for you guys. So it's just like a win-win for us.
Yes. But if you are Orlando local or you're traveling to Orlando during Magical Dining, I need to know what makes your Magical Dining wish list. Check out their site and leave a comment below, like what you would like to do personally on Magical Dining. Maybe we'll pick one of those to do while this is still going for the rest of the period of time that we have it. As always, if there's anything else you want to see us do, the comments will always be the place to find us. Hit that notification bell if you want to see other videos like this. And
we have new videos 5 days a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
We'll see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe and like this video. And if you don't comment, well, I don't know, will Bear just continue to eat fish in a steakhouse? The world will never know.
You heard the girl.